Good day, Miss Anna.
Hello, Chloe.
Hello,
Good
good evening.
evening.
There's two of us.
Hello, Chloe.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Hello, Chloe.
yeah,
Good
can you hear me?
evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But I think your internet, the connection is not
Oh,
so
okay. Wait a
well. Yeah.
minute. Okay, wait a minute. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you all the time, but you can't hear me.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's a problem with the wire for my headset. It's loose. It's just loose. How are
It's,
you? Oh,
it
there.
shows that your internet is low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's the connection issue.
How about now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. It's working. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm good too. And it's my first time to see you. You really have long hair.
Yeah, because
You have long hair.
I just wash my hair, so I
Ah,
didn't
okay.
tie it up.
You usually have tied hair during the
Yeah,
class.
yeah, because I don't like the shadow my
Mm-mm.
face or yeah, it's a bit annoying
Because
sometimes.
I usually see it tied like this, but I thought it wasn't that long. It's just tied up, but it's
Yeah,
long.
like
Got long
it's long.
hair. Okay. Okay. And Steffi cannot join us today because she's preparing for IELTS tomorrow. Tomorrow is
Yeah,
her IELTS exam. So
good
hopefully
luck
she'll
to
get
her.
I t- hopefully she'll get the band she really like to have. Okay. Let's wait. Bai is here. Hello, Bayu. Good evening, Bayu.
Good day, miss.
Good evening. Can you give me a few seconds? It's really hot. I'll just turn on one fan, the other fan. Okay,
Yeah,
give me a
no
few
problem.
seconds. Okay, I'm back. It's just here. Our weather is so strange, really. I can't get it. It's almost late in the afternoon, but the weather is like 12 noon. It's very hot. The weather feels like it's after 12 noon, but it's almost
Like 32 degrees.
no, not 32, 36
36?
36. Really?
right now. Why you same
Oh
like
my god.
yesterday? But it's almost 5. It's past 4 o'clock already. This was
So
the temperature since 12 noon.
Where
so
are
what's
you, miss?
the maximum degrees in Philippines? Like 44?
Again, Chloe, the
Uh,
maximum it can reach, honestly, if it is summer, some areas can reach up to 50.
50?
Yeah, some
It's
areas.
melting.
Yes.
50?
Yeah. Good evening, Rayland. Rayland is there. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Uh, there's one countryside here. They have extreme weather. It's either too rainy, as in strong typhoon can enter their place, and then too sunny, 50. So their skin color, their skin complexion is dark,
It's
really,
10.
in that place. Tan, really tan. Full year
Yeah.
round. The whole year round. Okay, hello to good evening also to Emilio and Rayland. Bayu, what were you asking a while ago?
Good day, Miss.
Good evening, Miss Annalyn.
Good evening. Bayu, you were asking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you now, Miss?
I'm in Philippines now.
Oh, you're in Philippines.
Mhm.
Oh, I think you're in
That's why it's hot.
Melbourne.
No, that's why it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot all the time, morning to evening.
Uh,
Okay. Steffi cannot join us because she needs to prepare for IELTS tomorrow. She's taking IELTS tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, Miss. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Like for example,
Kenlu is there.
my school is finished, I think, next month, on the last next month. So before I'm finished, I have to do like for exam class or something.
Before you finish this course,
Yes.
this book course. But we usually have your exam every 5th week, right? You
Mm.
have your exam every 5th week. So that serves as like your evaluation exam.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
So if for example, like when I finish, I get my IELTS or no?
I think in that case, by you have to ask the office because
Oh.
usually it's either they will inform you about, they will ask if you're ready to take the IELTS exam, or they have a certain schedule for you to take the IELTS exam.
Oh, all right.
You have
Yeah.
to ask the office, okay?
Oh.
Before you totally end your whole class, ask the office. Okay,
Okay.
so you
All
would
right.
know. So you would know.
Thank you,
Hello,
Miss.
Kenlu. Okay, I think
Hi.
everybody's almost
teacher.
here. I don't see DC. DC is finished.
This
I
is
think.
finished now.
Finish. Yeah,
Yes,
DC is
it's finished.
finished. That's why I was wondering. I don't see DC anymore. She's finished. Okay. Anyway, so for today, we are going to watch. We will have actually your listening because last week we weren't able to do some listening in week 1. So we are going to do listening today, and it still has something to do with euthanasia. Okay. But this time you'll be watching a speaker from TED Talk. Are you familiar with TED Talk? TED Talk.
What?
Do you know TED Talk?
Yes, teacher.
Familiar with TED Talk?
TED Talk.
TED Talk
Yes.
is like, it's like a conference or a program for different people, anything under the sun, but they have certain topics, I think, for the month, and they can invite speakers to
Oh,
speak
okay.
about a certain topic they like. But today we are going to listen to one speaker there, and he's part of the TED Talk group. We also have TED Talk for kids, and he is going to talk about something about euthanasia, and please figure out, does he agree with euthanasia or he is against it? Find out, okay? And the script, everyone, you can find the script in Moodle. That's in week 1. Week 1 Moodle. And then you will see listening. Again, go to week 1. We are in Red 6 now, okay? Red 6, week 1. And then go to listening. And you will see listening script, not the audio. The one with the color red at the side. Week 1 listening. Again, week 1 listening.
Listening audio or listening practice?
Listening practice. Listening practice. Click that and you will see the script. That's everything he was talking about in TED Talk.
But the red file, right?
Red 6.
I still
Red
don't have the
6
red
file.
teacher.
Until now, they didn't. Okay, Canlo, I will give you. I thought it was already given. Okay, hold on. Let me just give Canlu. There. There already, Canlu. Chloe sent you the listening practice.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay. Please be careful there because there are blanks. There are fill in the blanks in that part.
Yeah.
Okay? But I suggest you just listen first.
What's
Just listen
that?
first.
Week
Week one,
week
Week
one
one. listening.
listening.
And then you click listening practice. That's the script. Okay? I suggest you listen first before you just keep on filling out the gaps or the lines because you might lose your concentration when you fill in the blanks right away. So you can listen first. Okay. Are you ready? I wish my video would play well. I already opened it. Hopefully it could. Let me open it first. And everybody, I'll share my screen now. This is now for the TED. Let me check first. Hello, Tam.
Hi, teacher. Sorry, I'm late because my internet wasn't
Tam,
good.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening.
Hello.
It's fine. Tam, we're just starting. Please go to Red 6. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Yeah,
inform
my
Tam
internet
first.
wasn't
Tam,
good today.
Go to Moodle.
Sorry.
Okay. Go to Moodle. Can you hear me? Go to Moodle and then you go to Red 6.
Basic. Yes.
And then click. You can see there week 1.
Week one.
Week 1.
Yeah, week one.
Okay, and then go down. You will see listening.
Listening.
Yeah, go
Audio,
down.
right?
Yeah, but you have to click listening practice, not the audio.
Oh.
Okay.
Listening practice. Yeah.
If you
Yes.
cannot open, Chloe sent in the chat box the listening practice.
I opened already. Yes.
Okay. So we will not, the audio there is just only audio. However, that is TED Talk. TED Talk is like a conference and different speakers speak there. So, but the audio, the speaker is trying to show a picture. But in our Moodle, there is only audio, no picture. So I will show you the video today in YouTube. Okay? Same topic with the audio. Same topic with the audio. Okay? So the one you click is the script. That's the script. Everything you will hear in the video is there on that video. Okay? I'll play now the video. Hopefully it will work well. I will not make it bigger anymore because I might have problem with my connection. So please tell me, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you already see my? I'll play the video. Oh, I think it's working. Please listen very carefully.
Look, I had second thoughts really about whether I could talk about this to such a vital.
Wait, hold on. For a moment, this man is speaking really fast. So if what he is talking about is also okay. Or if you want, as you listen to him, you can read your script. But I suggest listen first to him and take your notes if you can. Okay, he's speaking really fast. Okay, here we go.
Look, I had second thoughts really about whether I could talk about this to such a vital and alive audience as you guys. But then I remembered the quote from Gloria Steinem, which goes, "The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off." So with that in mind, I'm going to set about trying to do those things here and talk about dying in the 21st century. Now, the first thing that will piss you off undoubtedly is that all of us are in fact going to die in the 21st century. There will be no exceptions to that. There are apparently about 1 in 8 of you who think you're immortal on surveys, but unfortunately, this isn't going to happen. While I give this talk in the next 10 minutes, 100 million of my cells will die. And over the course of today, 2,000 of my brain cells will die and never come back. So you could argue that the dying process starts pretty early in the piece. Second thing I want to say about dying in the 21st century.
Hold on. Is it fast? Sound like
It's really fast.
Apart from
But I think maybe it's the internet connection. So
fast
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't hear
okay.
properly.
Then maybe if that's the properly, okay, hold on. Maybe if that's the case, maybe you can open the audio in Moodle.
going to happen to
The
everybody
audio
is
in Moodle. But let me try once more. Okay, let me try once more. How about now?
it's shaping up to be a bit of a train wreck for most of us, unless we do something to try and reclaim this process from the rather inexorable trajectory that it's currently
How
on.
about now?
So there you go, that's the truth.
Fine now.
No doubt that will piss you off, and now let's see whether we can set you free. I don't promise anything.
Yeah.
Now, as you heard in the intro, I
My
work
connection is unstable for YouTube. So you might be hearing too fast or maybe hot. So anyway, what he is saying exactly is the same with what you have in Moodle, the audio in Moodle. However, because he wanted to show a picture, I just wanted to just show you the picture. So these are the pictures he was talking about. Okay. Yeah, this is one picture he was talking about. And then, what do you see in the picture? Can
The-
someone,
the-
what do you see?
The audience.
No, it doesn't
Can
show.
you still
Nothing.
see my screen?
No, just blank.
We can't see anything.
Go. Can you see the picture now? You
Nah.
cannot see anything. Oh.
No.
God. Let me stop this. What now? Okay, wait. You can't see any picture?
I can.
Okay. I think it's
Oh,
with the
yeah.
internet.
Still loading.
Picture here. Okay. Anyway, the picture here that they are showing is a scene. A patient is in the IC. Are you familiar with IC? Intensive
ICU.
care unit. A very specialized room in the hospital. Yes. A very specialized room and usually very critically ill. How about now? Can you see?
Yeah,
How
I
about
can.
now? Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yeah, I
This
can
is
Yes.
the IC. Very critically ill patients are put here because the doctors and the nurses need to monitor them very seriously. Maybe you can see the heart monitor here. So this is an IC because he wanted to show some pictures and also this. Okay. This is one patient the speaker had. So very thin. I'll just show you the pictures so you can have an idea when you listen later. And then, actually after that, no more.
The
Here,
most about are the ones
this is also another picture. These are some causes of death of people. 4 kinds. Sudden death, that's accidents, usually accidents. Terminal illness if you have cancer or other serious illnesses that will really kill you. And then the other one is organ failure, problems with your heart, problems with your kidney, problems with your lungs. That's this, organ failure. And the last one is frailty. People die because our body is getting weak as we get older. So four causes or reasons why people die: sudden death, terminal illness, organ failure, and frailty. Because they didn't show this in the audio. Audio is just what you hear. But he is showing this picture. So this one. Again, sudden death, terminal illness like cancer, and what else? AIDS can also be. And then organ failure, problems with your organs, lungs, heart, liver, kidney, can cause you death. And then frailty is, from the word frail, means weakness. Our body naturally gets weak as we get older. So these are the 4 things he was showing. And then I think no more after that. Yeah, that one only. So I just have to close my YouTube. I think it won't work well. Okay. Everyone, please open your listening audio. I think it would be nice if you open your listening audio. Okay.
Okay.
I think if you have better connection, you can hear it clearly there. Okay. Please open the listening audio. You will hear the same thing that he's saying in YouTube. Just no picture. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you time. I'm going to give you time to listen to that. Because if I play my audio, you might not also hear properly. So maybe you have better connection to play the audio. So I'll give you time to listen to the audio. Okay? You can play it. Take notes if you can. Take notes if you can. He's really speaking fast. If there are some questions you have, write it down so we can talk about it later after you listen.
Sorry, teacher. I can't access to my grade 6.
Who is that? Emilio? That's you?
Yeah.
I cannot access spreadsheets. Let me
I only
open
have
my,
until red 5.
let me open my Moodle. I just turned off my Moodle. Hold on, Emilio. I'll share with you. Emilio, until now you cannot access Red 6. You don't have Red 6 access.
No, I can't.
Oh, you can. Okay, hold on.
I only have until red 5.
Ah, okay, I already informed about that, but okay. I'll inform again. You cannot send the audio. Chloe? Hello, Chloe?
Yes.
Is it possible for you to send the listening audio in our chat box?
Let me try. Just 1 second.
I couldn't put it in the chat. It's possible. I couldn't put it. Maybe not. Maybe it's because it's a link. Okay, I'll send the link to Emilio.
Yep.
Okay, I think I will just send to you the YouTube link. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, perfect.
The YouTube link. Thank you, Chloe. I'll just send him the link so he can see it.
Okay.
Maybe 2 seconds. The YouTube link is better. Okay.
Seña se quedó con el auto ahí parada.
Emilio. Oh, it has a lot of. Okay, can you see it? Emilio, I sent the link.
Yes, perfect, teacher, got it.
Okay, can you see it? There, you can better. For the others too who wanted to use the YouTube, the link is there.
There are 3 locations that are actually going to.
Emilio, maybe you can use your headset. So Class, are you still okay? Who's done listening? everyone? Are you all done listening? May I know who are still listening?
And he's too sick to talk to me, so I talked to
Okay.
his daughter.
Okay. You're still listening. Have your break first for 5 minutes. Have your break for 5 minutes.
Alex.
Steady.
Have your break.
And I
Okay.
got, and after a while, she said,
And are you finished listening? Finished listening? And are you finished listening?
Sorry?
Finished listening?
Not yet.
How about Chloe? Are you done listening?
Yes.
How about Emilio? Are you done listening? Emilio? Bye. Are you finished listening?
I almost finished.
Wow.
Just
Yeah, I finished, but
Finish.
because speaking is really fast, I think.
Fast, right?
Yeah.
How about Kanlu? Finished listening?
I finished, but somewhere I try to listen many times again, but couldn't hear it.
There are really some parts
Yeah.
there that he speaks so fast.
Yeah, it's so
As in
fast.
really fast. And then he used some terminologies there when he was speaking really fast. How about Tam? Tam, are you
Yeah,
finished listening?
I replay many times so fast.
So fast, right?
Yeah.
At least you get the experience of listening to somebody who really speaks in TED Talk.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are some who even speak a lot faster than him. A lot faster. His speaking, his speed in speaking is just a normal speed. It's just a normal speed. It's not really that, it's not really a slow one, but it's on the normal pace in his speaking, speaking skill.
Yeah.
It's normal speaking skill.
And I
Okay.
think it's some word is very hard, like special word for a doctor or some, yeah.
A lot of it. So that's
Yeah.
why I told you beforehand, listen, continue listening, because there are a lot of times in the listening, he keeps on speaking really fast. And if you only focus on that, you will lose the main content of what he is saying. So I hope
Yeah.
you were able to take notes. I hope. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me ask a question first about what you heard. What do you
Okay.
think was the main point of his speech? What was it? What's the main point of what he was talking about in TED Talk? Can anyone tell me what's the main idea generally of what he was talking about?
About the
You know,
euthanasia.
one by one. Okay, let's start with for you, Tam. What do you think was the main point of this speaker in his speech?
Oh,
Yes, you,
sorry.
Tam.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
listening you properly.
Tam,
Yeah.
Tam, you heard the listening, right? What do you think is the main point or the main idea of the speaker? What do you think is the main idea of his speech?
About this doctor speaking.
What is it about?
I think about this euthanasia and this, like try to this natural or euthanasia, right?
Yeah, somehow it's there. Yes, somehow. He talk about that too.
Yeah, he talked about like person saw some people on in the past and
Right? He said a lot.
yeah, something like that.
Fine, Tam. At least you tried. Somehow he really said about euthanasia at the end, almost at the lower part. Said
I
about
can't listening you properly. Internet always cutting.
said euthanasia at the lower end part. of his speech, right? Ah, sorry, I sent to Emilio, but he can still hold on. Sorry, Emilio, I sent to Emilio. Okay,
Okay.
he mentioned about Indonesia almost at the end part of his speech, right? Almost at the end. So you can, at least you tried. How about Ken? How about you, Ken?
Yes.
What do you think was the main idea of the speak about his talk?
I think the men. Can you just say again, teacher?
What do you think is the main idea of his speech?
The main idea I think
Main
is
idea of his speech,
I
or
think the
the main
main
point?
idea for the main point for the idea is he tried to explain about I'm not really, I cannot describe, teacher.
Okay, at least you're honest to that. Okay. Later we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Okay?
yes.
How about Chloe? Chloe? What do you think is the main point of the speaker here that he was sharing to the audience?
He's a doctor, so he had seen a lot illness people in ICU. So he's talking about that some people don't want to die in the ICU, don't want to end up their lives in ICU. So he thinks that people may need a choice, not just in ICU. They can choose how they die.
Okay.
But he's not his opponent from Indonesia. So, but he emphasized that people can choose how they die, but he hates Indonesia.
Yeah. Was able to get the main point. Let's hear from Bayu. What did you have? What do you
Yeah.
think is the main point of the speaker? Just from your understanding. Just from your understanding.
It's for me, I understand is he's speaking about euthanasia and like how many percent think people death or something like that, and yeah, it's not much because really hard to me to understand what he's speaking.
He was really speaking. I agree.
Yeah,
He was really
I
speaking so
agree.
fast. Okay. Not bad by you because you were able to get some details from what you heard. It's a good try. How about Raylan? Thank you, Bayu.
For me, some people they stopping about the euthanasia and he don't want to be dead.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly all of people, some of people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. But also similar to Bayu. You got some details, but yeah, you somehow got lost with the main point. But the details were able to somehow get that point. But thank you, Rayland. How about Emilio?
Thank you.
Emilio? Hello, Emilio. Emmy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
there
hear
you
you now, teacher.
Okay. Emilio, how about you? What do you think was the main point of the speaker? Or the main
Yeah.
idea he was talking about?
I didn't understand very well, teacher, honestly.
It's
He
fine.
talked
Just what
so
you
fast.
think you understand.
The only that I know is he spoke of the dead in like different aspects.
And then, okay, that's all, Emilio. That's all. Emilio's
Yeah.
main idea is very general, but it's there, but it's very general. Okay, so far the main idea was mentioned very well by Chloe. Yes, the speaker is a doctor. He's a doctor, and he used his experience as an ICU doctor to talk about the topic he was saying. It's about dying in the 21st century. So, however, the doctor mainly pointed out that it's very important that we don't just focus on the dying itself, on the death itself, but on how we die, the process of dying. So he said it's very important that we know how to face the process of dying and not just the death itself. Because usually when you think about death, you already know, oh, physically I cannot do it anymore. I have to go to the doctor. I need oxygen, and then that's it. Just wait for yourself to die. Right? However, the speaker was trying to tell everyone that the main thing we can do to approach death is to know how are we going to process death in our life. And if you noticed, he said there, I'm not sure if you were able to take note of it. He said there, he mentioned, do you remember the patient he had, Jim? Were you able to see Jim? The name Jim.
Jim.
Jim Smith. Okay. Jim Smith. Please, I want to call Tam. Tam, can you find, you have your script, right? You have the script, Tam? Okay. Please look for the name Jim Smith. Jim Smith. First part, upper part. Jim Smith. Let's see. He used one example about Jim Smith. His name? Jim Smith?
Jim Smith, the guy, Jim Smith,
Who is
and
Jim
look at
Smith?
this. Yeah, he
He's actually a patient of the speaker, right?
yeah,
He
he
was a
speak
patient of
he speak with a doctor, like
yes, that's the speaker. That's the speaker. Jim
yeah,
Smith's doctor is the speaker.
yeah.
What else is about Jim Smith?
He has bone through the skin, and he spoke about
How about the daughter? Did you see about the daughter?
yeah.
The
I
daughter.
saw that
Can
how
you
he
read? Can you read the
he
line?
want yeah. Read the paragraph, right?
Yeah, the paragraph about the daughter.
Okay. His daughter here, and she wants anything possible to be done with it a familiar place to us. So I go down to the word and see Jim, and his skin is number 8, blah blah blah. His light, you can see his bone throws. The skin, he very thin, and he is in this very sick with pneumonia, and he too sick to talk to me. So
yeah, that part. Please listen, everybody, to what Tam will read. Continue reading, Tam. So
reading. I talked to his daughter, Catherine, And I said to her, did you and Jim ever talk about what you would want done if he end up in his kind of situation? And he looked at me and said, no, of course not.
Okay, that's it. That's it now. Did you
Yeah.
see that part? That's one example the speaker used to show how important it is to face the process of death. The first point he wanted to point out in the speaking is it is very important that people also are aware that they need to talk about death with their family members. Right?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is true. In our culture too, as much as possible, we don't talk about death, right? Rayland, you're Filipino, right? You probably
Yes.
we don't
Yeah.
like share in the class. What's our culture with that? When the conversation is about death. Can you share with the class?
It's okay.
Honestly, for some Filipinos, it's not so okay for them to talk about death. For some, the very conservative Filipinos.
Yeah.
But these days we're okay with it. We talk about it, but still half don't really like. And same goes with other nation, other culture. They don't want to talk about that. It's something negative that they don't want to attract in their family. So they don't talk about it. However, the main point of the speaker is since we are in the 21st century already, so he wanted to point out is facing death or how we process and face death is the most important thing we should do. Now, how are you going to do it? First, learn how to communicate with your family. Talk about it. For example, you have a family member like Catherine. Father is sick, right? Very sick. His father was sick even before because the speaker was the doctor. But they never had conversations. She never had conversation with her dad. Like, Dad, how are you feeling? Or maybe, Dad, what do you think should we do if ever you don't make it? Would you like us to extend your life or would you like no talk about it? The only thing they do is just follow what the doctor is saying, give medicine, give food. That's it. But the speaker wanted to say it's very important that we talk about it. So you can accept what is going to happen in the process of dying. So that's what the speaker wanted to point out the first. How, the most important one is how are we going to face death? How do you face death? How do people face death? Do you just like, okay, I have cancer, you have 3 years, and then wait for the 3 years and then you die? Right? Or sometimes, I don't know, but I'll give you also another example for that. In my case, my mom died of cancer and her death was sudden. We found out she's stage 4 and her cancer was very rare. Very rare. We get the medicine from India. So we may have the money to pay for the medicine. The problem is the medicine is not always available. So my mom cannot get the medicine on time. Yeah, we pay, but the problem is where's the medicine? It's from India, will be brought to Philippines, so we have to wait. But it's cancer, right? You need very quick treatment. So my mom died of it, but during the process, during that time, she already knew she has cancer. Everybody knew she had cancer. And I used to stay with her in the house. Just me, my mom, and my dad, and my younger brother. We sleep in one room, me and my mom. We sleep in one room. So I was sleeping every day with a cancer patient dying beside me every day. But you know what? When my mom died, it wasn't very heavy for me. Not
Yeah.
because I used to be a nurse. Not maybe that's one factor. I used to be a nurse. So I used to see a lot of people die in front of me. So maybe that's one reason I got used to it. But the main point that time was my mom and I every night had conversations.
Mm.
My mom would show pictures. You know, when you were young, you were like this. And then my mom suddenly told me one night, I know I'm sick. I think I am going to die. I already know that. My mom said in Tagalog. In Tagalog, she told me, I know I'm sick. I have cancer. And I think I'm already going to die, but I am ready. In Tagalog. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So almost every night she would say that. And we would talk. And we would how can I say? It's very difficult because your emotion is there and at the same time you knew you were a nurse. So I have to control my emotion and I also have to see reality at the same time. Because I'm sleeping with her in one room. We sleep
Yeah.
together. So every day I don't know if she's going to wake up. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no idea. So all I know is to face reality. She has cancer. So every day was a journey for us, but because we always talk about it and we made sure when she was still physically okay, able, we made sure that she does whatever she liked to do. If she likes to eat something or she wanted to wash the dishes, we just let her do it. But when she really got very weak already, very weak, we brought her to the hospital. Then that's the time she honestly she's not the kind of patient that you really have to really take care of every second, every minute. She's not. She's still very independent. The problem is her leg. Her cancer is almost near the waist area. Nerve cancer. So very rare. So no enough medicine. Her leg became 2 times more than her regular leg. So very heavy. I cannot carry my mom. My
Mm.
mom is she's a small woman. She's a small woman. But I couldn't carry her. That's how big her leg was. Like maybe her body, her trunk part, that's the size of her leg. So very heavy. But just to give you a clear example of what the speaker was saying, because I had that communication with my mom every time when I was with her. So when she died, it wasn't heavy because she guaranteed me that she accepted what she has to go through. And because we enjoyed a lot of things together and we talk about it. We really talk about it. She told me, if I die, you do this, you do that. Don't She died 2 days before her birthday. She died 2 days before her birthday. Can you imagine? 2 days before her birthday. And she knew she's gonna die. And so among all of my siblings, me and my and my brother, I think I was the one who felt light. I was the only one who felt lighter when she died. Because we talk about it. But my sisters and my brother, like they were really crying a lot for 2 days. They were mourning for 2 days. So they thought I don't care because I wasn't crying all the time. But they didn't know because I had good conversation with my mom. So she made sure that I am okay when she left. So that's just a clear idea just to show you what the speaker was trying to talk about. Communication is very important, although death is a negative thing to talk about, but the only way to face it is communicate with someone who you think is dying, just like Catherine's dad. Because the reality is as you get older, right? You're we will everyone would die. It's just someone who would die first and who would die last. So that's the main point of the speaker. And the rest of the details that you heard were examples, were his experiences as a doctor, if you noticed. And he also worked with other doctors to figure out what was wrong. How come many people cannot accept that they're going to die? What's the problem? That's the question from that doctor. So they made the research, right? They checked the documents. Did you see that? Or did you hear that? They were checking the documents of the patients. What part was that? Chloe, can you read that part? The medical records. Something about the medical records. Can everybody look at that? The medical records. Something.
Okay.
Something in number 10.
Okay, please read. Okay, Chloe, please read.
Okay. He worked in an acute care and in John Hunter Hospital, and he thought surely we do better than that. So a colleague of him from nursing called Lisa Shaw, and he went through hundreds of sets of notes in the medical records department, looking at whether there was any sign that anybody had any conversation about what might happen to them if the treatment they were receiving was unsuccessful to the point that they would die. And they didn't find a single record of any preference about goals.
That's it,
Treatment.
Chloe.
Yep.
You see? They made a research. He's co-doctor. And they checked all the medical records that they could check. And they did not see any record if the patients had conversations with somebody and talk about their death. They didn't see any. And the speaker said that's the problem. Because nobody would like to talk about it. You see, that's the result of the research they were doing. So the speaker pointed out how valuable or significant it is for you to communicate with someone or with the person who is dying. Or sometimes even not dying, right? You can talk to your family member about the future when they get older. You can talk about it. So that paragraph is for the research that they made because it was very questionable to the doctor, to the speaker. Why? And they figure out nobody made any conversation with those dying patients, with the old patients. Then that's the problem, right? Everybody just focus on the physical death because you will get weak, your medicine will not take effect anymore, your organs will fail, then that's it, finish. Nothing more, right? So he wanted to make sure he wanted to tell the audience that processing death is very important, not only for the patient, but most especially also for the family, because it is a great stress for the family. So he didn't really, if you notice, he mentioned there, no one would really want, as much as possible, don't die in the IC. Why? Why do you think? Let me ask Emilio. Emilio, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's wait. Kenlu. Kenlu?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Kenlu, he mentioned there about ICU, right? He used to work in the ICU. And he said,
ICU?
yeah, ICU, intensive care unit. So he mentioned there that as much as possible, don't die in the ICU. Why do you think the speaker said that? He mentioned that in the first part of the speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think he said that? Don't die in the ICU as much as possible.
I think uh, I think because he say like he do something like to try and reclaim this process for the rather in cerebral, but not like
For you, why do you think did he say that? As much as possible, don't die in the ICU.
because I think that is when you die, I think that is the way to get you feeling not much pain,
Yes.
and your parents will be not too much sad about this, because you not feel pain and you feeling like you just go far away. It's not just not a die.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's for
it.
my opinion.
That's it. Imagine the ICU, right? I showed you the picture of the ICU. Chloe, can you share to everyone what do you see in an ICU if there is a patient in the ICU? How does the
Their
patient look like in the ICU?
patient are all pale and weakness and the dying faces and
else?
lots of monitors and the pumps like IV pumps, and also if patient goes through the dialysis, so there will be a machine for there and lots of meds, and you can't walk on the ground. You cannot leave your bed. Yeah, so your mobility is restricted.
That's how you see patients in the ICU. Can you imagine if you're dying and you're dying in the ICU? The first stress of your family would be the money. It's very expensive if you are in the ICU. You're 1 week in the regular.
Where's teacher? Did you hear anything?
No.
PC's internet is not really good. I miss. She's left. You're on mute, Miss.
Oh, sorry. I think my husband is calling. So, okay. Sorry, my husband is calling. So I think, yeah, I just told him to call later. Okay, so it's your family member in that ICU. It's very there, very, very there. You feel the emotion, you feel the stress because you need to pay a lot. You also feel the stress because of the physical condition of your family member. That's why he said, try your best not to die in the ICU. So honestly, the whole thing that he was talking about there, let me call first by you.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. I'll show you some paragraphs there. Paragraph 35.
Paragraph 35.
What do you think is that all about?
What's number paragraph 35, Miss? Because
35. Paragraph 35. There are numbers, right? Do you see numbers? Ah, you don't see numbers. Okay.
No.
Okay, I think I have to just show you my okay. Paragraph 35 is about the 4 ways to go. Can you see that? The 4 ways to go.
The 4 ways
Just
to go.
wait a minute. I'll just share with you because I got another script that's complete. So I can help you out with that. Here, I'll show you. This is not the one in
No, I can't say anything here. Ah, this one.
This one. How about now? How about now? Can you see?
No, I can.
For the colors, the words that
I can, miss.
sorry, it's my connection. Anyway, by you,
Yes,
35,
miss.
paragraph 35 is about the different ways people die. So he used that one so everybody, the audience would know that these are some causes why people die. Accident, sudden death, what else? Terminal illness, organ failure, and then when your body is really very weak. So the rest that you read there, everything that you have read there, the rest are about Dios and his experiences. So don't get overwhelmed with so many words, with how fast he was talking, with all the details that you see. Those are supporting details to his main point. Okay? The main point he was talking about is the most important thing is in the 21st century way of on how people die would be how people process death. That's his main point. How people process death. And then at the end, he mentioned, you're right, he mentioned about euthanasia. Just to give an idea on other options that people have when they want to die. So the main point is still give the person the right on how he wanted to die, to face his death. That's his main point. So some like euthanasia, but may I ask, does the doctor or the speaker agree with euthanasia?
No.
No, I think no.
No. How about you, Tam? Did the speaker agree with euthanasia?
Yes.
How about
But-
Ken Lu?
Oh,
But
you asked me a lot.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
The speaker. The speaker. The speaker. Does the speaker agree with euthanasia? Did he agree? Look at the lower part. Lower part of the screen. How about Ken Lu? Does he agree about euthanasia? Ken Lu?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Does the speaker agree with euthanasia?
Yes.
Yes. How about Emilio? Emilio. Hello, Emilio. Emilio. Hello, Emilio. Emilio can't hear me. Bayu, does he agree?
Yes.
Does the
No,
speaker agree?
I
The
think no.
correct answer, yes. The correct answer is no. The speaker
No.
did not agree with euthanasia.
Yeah, because
He actually hates it. He hates euthanasia. You can see it there. He hates
Yeah,
euthanasia.
yeah, and it's
He really
shit
doesn't like.
euthanasia.
in the last part.
Yes. Can you read that? Can you read that part, please?
Oh,
Where
is
he
that?
said he hates euthanasia. Can you read that?
Yeah, I hate euthanasia.
Okay. That part. Some more.
I hate
Some more. Even the
I want
sentences.
okay. I want to make it absolutely crystal clear to you all. I hate euthanasia. I think it's a sideshow. I don't think euthanasia matters.
Very strong.
Uh,
And then what's next?
I actually think that in places like Oregon, where you can have what's that
Assisted
position
suicide.
position suicide, take a poisonous dose of stuff. Only 0.5% of people ever do that.
Because in Oregon, it's part it's normal for them to have assisted suicide, euthanasia, right? How about after that, Raylan? The part where speaker said that he's
Where the
he's
next one?
more on he's yeah, almost
I'm
the
more
end part.
ah. So I continue reading.
Yeah, I'm more
Yeah,
interested.
I'm more interested in what happens to the 99.5% of people
that
who don't want to do that.
then
I think most people don't want to be dead, but I don't think most people want to have some control over how their dying process proceeds.
okay. I don't think people likes to be dead, but he thinks people must have the control on the process of their death. That's his main point. However, when you're reading the script, teacher, so many hard words, very long, and then he's speaking really fast. I cannot follow what I'm listening and what I am reading. That's actually the challenge when you're listening to the script. Now you experience it. That's the challenge whenever there is a listening activity and then you have a script in front of you. You really have to make sure your reading skill and your listening are together. Because if not, you will get lost, right? Aside from reading and listening at the same time, you're processing. You're processing the points in your mind the whole time. That's the challenge when you're listening. So every time I think so far, for the first part for you, the first thing you can do so you can at least improve your listening skill, this one can help you very well. Read the title. The title will already give you an idea. Read the title. And then once you read the title, you will already have question in your mind. That question will guide you as you listen. So usually that's the case because you still have something to read. So it's really nice that when you are listening, just focus on the listening. Just listen. So you won't be bothered reading. Just listen. But the challenge there is because in IELTS, after you listen, you have to make sure you process a lot of the listening. Because they have paragraph 1, in paragraph 2, they have like that. So you really have somehow listen very, very well. So may I ask, how about you, Chloe? What's the challenging part in that listening for you?
Me,
For that listening.
I miss like I had to repeat like twice for one word, but only the
Especially
two words. Especially when he talks back.
just that,
Yeah,
just that part.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for Chloe. Because you were, the good thing for Chloe, for you, you were able to get the main point right away when I asked you. It's actually the main point. How did you do that? How were you able to get the main point very quickly?
Cause he's not like say his main point like right away, but he used some examples and like a story or the patient he cared. So, but he used like emphasize some point. It's really important, like twice or
Yes.
third times, I think.
Yes, he did mention many times, right? Same situation, but different life experiences of it. But the idea is just the same with those examples. So if you are listening to something like this, like what Chloe said, there are times the speaker will not directly say his main point. Many times reading, listening, speaking and writing in English, they will always have like that.
Just
Especially
need some comprehension about it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I would like to remind everybody, whether you're taking IELTS, you're taking SAT, you're taking TOEFL, whatever English test you think you would be taking, many times you're going to listen and there is a speaker, they will not tell directly their main. They will give examples in the first part, second part, and third part, and you must be able to get the connection. But the challenge there is you really have to process everything at the same time, right? You're listening and then your eyes, because you read if there's something. That's the challenge. They do not directly say their main. Very rare that they directly say. They give examples right away. That's what they like. Speakers, especially like TED Talk, that's what they like to do because it's speaking, right? They have audience. They have to make the audience awake. They have to put fun or sometimes humor in speaking. That's why they were laughing, right? But
when he said 94 and
yes,
and talk about like aging, people laughed. Yeah.
So that's the challenge with you when you really like to practice your listening. You have to be very patient in listening. And you must have the skill to get clues when you are listening. So the topic we had before, if you could remember, thesis statement, the main idea, the supporting details, it's very, very helpful that you know how to find it. You know the thesis statement, main idea, and supporting detail. When you know that, whatever you listen to, you know right away what they are talking about. That's the process, Chloe, right? That's the process. So it takes a lot of practice for listening, especially this is IELTS. So they're a little bit technical to what you are listening to, right? So you may have your opinion about the topic. The problem is, the challenge there is rather, the question is not asking about your opinion. The question is asking about the listening that you have. Please be very mindful of that. I know you studied hard in college, you know a lot of ideas about many topics. The thing with IELTS is listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Whatever they are asking, that's the only thing you have to say. They ask for your opinion, okay. give your. So same goes with listening. If the question doesn't ask for your opinion, do not choose any answer asking for opinion. Listening questions will always focus on the listening. It doesn't matter how much you know. Just focus on what you're listening to. That's one thing you have to practice yourself. The topic you may know, remember I asked you what is the main point? Most of you answered euthanasia. The main topic is not euthanasia, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's
added that in the end. Right? If you notice, he didn't talk about euthanasia the whole time. But you know why you said euthanasia? Because our topic before used to start with euthanasia. If you noticed, I told you, right? It has something to do with euthanasia. But I did not say it's about euthanasia. Because there's condition in your mind that it will be about euthanasia. Right? So be very careful with that. Be very, very careful. I'm speaking not only for listening, but same for reading, speaking, and writing. Focus on the title. Focus on the question. To give you a really good clue, listen to the first part of the speaking. If that's a listening one, like TED Talk, the first part, you get the clue there right away. He gave a lot of clue in the first part, right? Same goes with the reading. If you're reading, for you to easily understand the whole content, look at the first paragraph. First paragraph will guide. That is your guide. The next, second, third, fourth, fifth paragraph, six, whatever paragraphs you have are just additional details. They are additional details. So practice. Practice yourself in reading. Understand the first paragraph right away. In listening, understand the first few speaking that they were saying there. That's your guide, the first part. Okay? And don't focus on how fast and how slow. The rest would be details. Just keep listening. Okay? So for your at least your homework or to practice you also, listen again. Listen again, please. Okay, that's for your homework. Listen again, and please, I want you to write down at least 3 questions. Just 3 questions about the listening that you think you did not really understand. So create a question that you want to ask tomorrow. We'll start with that tomorrow. Okay? 3 questions. Create 3 questions about the listening you had today that you think you did not understand. So you can choose whatever lines there. 3 only. Okay? 3 questions. Create 3 questions about the listening that you think you did not understand. Okay? That's your homework for today. Okay? We will start with that tomorrow. So okay? Please listen to it again. If you want, you can print and you can just highlight what part you don't understand. Okay? So, again, that is just the main point of the speaker. He wanted to let everybody know that understanding the process of death is the most important one. So you need to communicate to your loved one who is dying or to your loved one who is old and soon who would die. That's it. No matter how long that was, that's just the main point. Okay? So that's all for tonight. Thank you for doing your best. I know it's a very big challenge for you today, but find time to listen to it again. Okay? So that's all for tonight. Thank you so much. And have a good night and enjoy your
Alright.
dinner.
You
Bye.
too.
Have a good
Night
night.
to you.
Good job, everyone. Good
Yeah.
try. Bye.
bye.